Hello, welcome to our webinar, Top 10 Tips for Independent Vacation Rental Owners. How you can raise your revenue potential by 33% over the next 12 months. I'm Barry Sachs, I'm one of your hosts for the webinar today, and I'm the founder and CEO of Homes and Rooms. Albert Owen is your other host, and he'll be leading the webinar presentation. Albert is our operations manager here at Homes and Rooms. Albert will be familiar to many of you, doing an amazing job looking after our subscribers and ensuring you can meet and exceed your goals while getting most out of the Homes and Rooms service. I've been an independent vacation rental owner myself for 14 years, successfully self-managing my own vacation property during that time. Based on my experiences and those of many others, including some of you listening today, we have built Homes and Rooms to exclusively focus on you and the specific needs of independent owners like you. So how can you significantly increase your revenues up 33% or more from where they are today while remaining independent, especially given the constant messaging we receive from listing sites, management companies and agencies to hand over control of our properties and guests to them? It is absolutely possible to retain complete ownership and control of your property and still build a successful and profitable vacation rental business. We can show you how you can achieve this. Today's webinar will discuss those top 10 tips that we feel are important to understand and have in place as a foundation for your successful vacation rental business. I hope you enjoy the webinar, and to that point, I will now hand over to Albert. I will come back to you at the end of the webinar to discuss any questions that you raise while Albert is sharing the top 10 tips with you. So if you have any questions about anything discussed today, or vacation rental ownership in general, please do go ahead. Just type it to us in the chat window on your webinar screen, and we'll try to get through as many as we can at the end. Over to you, Albert.
Thank you, Barry. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at Homes and Rooms for today's webinar, How to Increase Your Revenue by 33% this year. Again, my name is Albert Owen. I'm the Operations Manager with Homes and Rooms, and I will be your host for today. As many of you already know, our mission here at Homes and Rooms is to empower the independent vacation rental owner and provide support to independent owners, which is largely lacking in the vacation rental industry today. I thought I would start today's presentation with some interesting statistics about the vacation rental industry. The global vacation rental industry is valued at $100 billion. There are over 6 million rental properties online globally. 66% of online vacation rentals are owner-managed, meaning over 4 million vacation rental properties are directly owner-managed. So if you thought you were alone or just in a small minority as an independent owner, and were perhaps beholden to the major listing sites, now you know you're not. Listing sites certainly have their place in our industry and can be a useful tool if you're careful how you use them, but you need not solely rely on them in order to be successful. Let me now show you what you can do to self-manage your way to success with our top 10 tips for independent owners. Tip number 1, get your responsive website. Almost half of all today's travelers are using mobile devices to search for properties and book their vacations. This means that potential guests need to be able to view your property description and images, send inquiries, search available dates, and pay online, all from their favorite mobile device. This is what we mean by responsive. Since we know most bookings don't happen through the listing sites, but simply generate the leads, where are the guests going to book their stay? The answer is this. Guests leave the listing sites and go in search of your own personal property website. There are a couple reasons for this, but 3 in particular stand out. 1, guests are looking for cheaper ways to pay and avoid the often expensive listing site fees and commissions that drive up their total cost of stay. 2, guests don't want a relationship with the listing site or don't trust the third-party listing site. They want a relationship with the owner of the property they are considering renting. And number 3 is trust. There are a lot of stories in the news, almost daily, about vacation rental scams. When a guest sees that you have a professional and up-to-date website where they can communicate directly with you and ask specific questions, it gives them confidence to complete the booking with you. Tip number 2, synchronize with your listing sites. When you advertise on multiple listing websites, it can be very time-consuming to manually update each availability calendar every time a new reservation is received. You may also experience double bookings when one calendar isn't updated or isn't updated quickly enough. Calendar synchronization eliminates the need to manually update your external availability calendars by doing it automatically for you and allows you to manage your calendar and all your reservations conveniently in one place. Having all your calendars updated immediately in real time also solves the issue of double bookings, which are very frustrating to potential guests attempting to book your property. But there is more that calendar synchronization can do for you. It allows you to add additional marketing channels with no extra effort on your part, meaning you can reach more potential guests using multiple marketing channels and drive more bookings to your property. Tip number 3, auto-respond to guest inquiries. Time is of the essence to convert a potential guest to a paying guest. Research shows that owners that respond within the first 3 hours of receiving an inquiry are about 2.5 times more likely to get the booking than those that wait 24 hours or more. The same research also shows that 57% of travelers looking to book a vacation home will go somewhere else if they haven't gotten a response back in 24 hours. Ideally, you want to ensure your guest quotes are sent immediately in real time back to the guest as soon as the guest inquiry arrives. You should send a personalized, professional, and detailed quote that has accurately and instantly calculated the total cost of stay for the guest, including all options, extras, and fees. The quote should also be fully itemized, so the guest knows exactly what they are paying for and left with no surprises. Sometimes you may want to hold and review a quote before it is sent out, so be sure you have the ability to control the level of automation you require from your autoresponder. And be sure the autoresponder can work for all your guest communications, not just quotes. Time is money, so why work when you don't have to? Let the autoresponder work for you while you focus on your guests. Tip number 4, access from everywhere, anytime. Being tied to a PC limits your ability to interact with your guests in a timely manner, which, as we know from our previous tip, will cost you bookings if you don't reply within 3 hours. This means your vacation rental management software should be fully responsive so you can use it on your favorite mobile device from anywhere you have an internet connection. Even with your autoresponder sending quotes for you, you may get ad hoc requests or issues may arise from your paying guests that are currently staying in your property that need to be addressed immediately, such as maintenance calls or tourist-related recommendations. Quickly responding to guest questions and issues will lead to positive reviews, which will encourage other potential guests to book your property. And being able to manage and stay on top of your entire vacation rental business on the go from anywhere in the world gives owners a tremendous peace of mind flexibility, and lets you stay in control of your property while you're out doing the things you enjoy doing most. Tip number 5, take online bookings and payments. It's imperative that your guests are able to pay you online from your own website immediately if you want to increase your bookings. In today's world of travel, this is simply expected, and if you ask guests to pay via another offline method, alarm bells can go off and lower your number of reservations. We know from tip number 1, get your responsive website, guests are leaving the listing sites in search of your own independent website to make their booking and payment. If they aren't able to do so, they often will move on to another similar property from their wish list. Again, these guests want to save on listing site fees and commissions and communicate directly with you, the property owner. Owners need payments that go straight to their bank account immediately and aren't held by your listing site until the guest departs, which is increasingly common with some listing sites. This policy of holding your money isn't in place to protect the owner or guest, but the listing site earns interest on your money while they hold it. Interest that should be yours, but instead is simply lost revenue for you, the owner. Tip number 6, personalize your guest emails. Use customizable email templates so you can send personalized emails to your guests that sound like you wrote each one, but are professional, consistent, and contain all the information your guest wants or needs. You want the ability to send attachments with any or all of your emails and create emails with discounts and promotions quickly and easily to drive more bookings. You can use your personalized emails to direct potential guests to your own website in order to complete their booking and payment. And try to avoid sending cute emails with funny images, multiple colors, or unusual fonts, as these come across as unprofessional and turn away more guests than they attract. Tip number 7, offer multiple live currencies. Some people can't or won't do business outside of their local currency, either due to personal bias, company policy, or their payment method. So displaying your rates table on your website in multiple currencies appeals to and increases bookings from foreign guests. Ensure that you're not only displaying your rates in multiple currencies, but allowing your guests to make payment in the currency of their choice. At the same time, you want to know that you will be paid in the currency of your choice, so having a full multi-currency solution in place is vital to drive more bookings from your foreign guests. 51% of British travelers booked an overseas holiday in 2014, with 48% likely to visit a country they've never been to before. If you're not already showing your rates in British pounds, now is a great time to start. Tip number 8, separate your fees and taxes. Displaying a lower rental rate exclusive of taxes and fees increases bookings. When potential guests are comparison shopping online between similar properties in a similar location, they tend to book based on the lowest rental rate displayed for their chosen dates of stay, even if there are other fees that may increase their total cost of stay. That's not to say you want to hide your other charges or fees, but simply list them separately. Guests like to know what they are paying for and do prefer transparent, itemized invoices detailing each and every charge that is included in their total cost of stay. The worst thing an owner can do is surprise a guest with unexpected charges, which lowers trust with your guest or potential guest. Being transparent with your pricing instead builds trust, and trust equals positive guest reviews, multiple recommendations to other potential guests, and of course it drives repeat guests, which are the easiest and less costly guests to acquire. Tip number 9, include your guests' reviews. Surveys show that almost 90% of travelers said online reviews affected their booking decisions, and 87% of U.S. travelers are more likely to book a vacation rental due to the increased availability of online information such as traveler reviews. This means that lots of recent positive reviews will get you more bookings. So you want these reviews wherever your property is advertised, as well as prominently displayed on your own website for your guests to easily see and read. If a guest is debating between two similar properties and one has lots of recent positive reviews and the other has no reviews, the guest will almost always book the property displaying the reviews, as it gives them confidence that not only is the rental not a scam, but it is accurately advertised and other guests have had an enjoyable and issue-free stay. You really want to stand out from the crowd with plenty of great reviews, and don't be afraid to ask for them. Using your email autoresponder, you can automatically send an email to your guests after they depart, asking for feedback and a review, which you can then add to your website to encourage future bookings from other guests. Tip number 10, stay on top with live reporting. One of the most important things you can do to ensure the success of your vacation rental business is to track the overall health of your business with live, detailed reporting. You want to know you are on budget with your income and expense reports, and have separate tax reports, which you can download and use easily to follow your required taxes with the appropriate authorities, who we know from the many daily news articles are increasingly scrutinizing vacation rental businesses. You definitely want to utilize marketing reports to know which marketing channels, such as your listing sites, are providing you with the most revenue and which ones aren't, so you get the greatest benefit from your advertising investment and know where you need to make adjustments. Guest reports will help you identify trends such as repeat guests, guests that didn't book after receiving a quote, and which guests have paid or still have outstanding payments to make, so you know who to communicate with, when, and about what. A full suite of detailed live reports will give you the insight you need to ensure your business is running efficiently and profitably. That now concludes the top 10 tips we feel every independent vacation rental owner should know as a foundation to successful ownership. In summary, these are the top 10 points that we covered today. Number 1, get your own responsive website. Number 2, synchronize with your listing sites. Number 3, auto-respond to guest inquiries. Number 4, access from everywhere, anytime. Number 5, take online bookings and payments. Number 6, personalize your guest emails. 7, offer multiple live currencies. Number 8, separate your fees and taxes. Number 9, include your guests' reviews. And number 10, stay on top with live reporting. I hope that you found the information I presented today interesting. informative, and valuable. If you are interested in exploring further how you can get all these features in one vacation rental management service and begin to increase your revenue, then look no further than us here at Homes and Rooms. Homes and Rooms is the complete solution for independent vacation rental property owners looking to save time, increase reservations, and maximize revenues while retaining ownership and control. As you heard from Barry earlier, Homes and Rooms was founded by an independent owner specifically for other independent owners who find support lacking in today's vacation rental industry. If you'd like to see how Homes and Rooms can work for you, I encourage you to take our Homes and Rooms 14-day challenge. Homes and Rooms subscribers have all top 10 tips covered when using our service. If you trial our service for 14 days, we guarantee you will see how you can easily save time, increase your reservations, and maximize your revenues over the next 12 months. There is no risk to you, as we will do everything from your initial property configuration, website creation, and if you wish, we will populate your Homes and Rooms calendar with all your existing reservation details. So consider joining our growing community of independent vacation rental owners using the Homes and Rooms service. Visit www.homesandrooms.com/14-day-challenge to get started, and our team will contact you to get you started right away. Some of you here are already using our service, but you may not know about our subscriber reward program that we call the Ambassador Program. Unique to Homes and Rooms is our Ambassador Program, designed to reward our subscribers just for recommending us to other owners who would benefit from our service. Simply recommend Homes and Rooms to other owners, and if they become a subscriber, you receive credits equal to 20% off their first year's subscription. So just recommend us to 5 people a year, and you get to use Homes and Rooms for free. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed today's webinar.
Thank you very much, Albert. Yes, as Albert said, I hope you very much enjoyed the presentation from Albert on the top 10 tips for independent vacation rental owners. So I did say that we would field and take any questions, and we have had a couple of questions which I'm just going to read through and put to Albert. So thank you for those, and obviously if there's anything else occurs to you while I'm talking, please do also type in the questions box, because we'll see if we can fit a couple more in at the end. So Albert, Sophie's asked us a question which says, I use a number of different listing sites and receive inquiries through each of these into my inboxes. So how would that work?
Well, there are a number of ways that you can manage multiple inquiry channels. Some are more efficient than others. At Homes and Rooms, we provide you with a centralized mailbox built right into the service so that you can see all your inquiries in one place and communicate directly with your guests, irrespective of which listing site the inquiry came from. You can use your own email address, or we will provide you with a personal email address for each property.
Thank you, Albert, and I hope that answered your question, Sophie. Eliza asked a question of you, Albert, and says, I'm not actually sure I'm comfortable with my emails going out before I review them.
Well, hi, Eliza. Well, that is very understandable, and we hear this often from owners that may have had experience with email systems that just send out auto responses, a bit like an out-of-office notification. We happen to do things very differently. You can use and modify a personal template for each of your messages and choose to review each email before it is sent out. The difference being the quote is already calculated, including all options and taxes, and you can just click send from your mobile and it will be sent. Of course, if you wish to modify any email before it is sent, you can do that too. As you become more comfortable, you may choose to automate the sending of the messages so they do get sent immediately, but it's your choice.
Thank you, Albert. We had another question in from Eric, which was, I want to be able to take online payments, but I don't want to sign up to a merchant account. So is there a way I can do this?
Good question. We see that more and more listing sites are trying to get owners to sign up to their merchant account. Of course, they receive a commission when you do. And in some cases, they hold your money until the guest departs. That is, if there are no complaints. We prefer to let you choose who you use for online payment, and any payment will go direct to you into your bank account. With our payment options, there's no setup or monthly charges other than what you already pay. If you don't have a provider, we'll help you get set up with one. And we also support offline payments, such as telephone and e-banking, and even cash payments.
Thanks, Albert. I have a question here from Sirishai, I think that is. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. I have 3 properties, have them listed on different listing sites, but I have to constantly keep logging on and in and out of their own areas to manage them. Is that something you can help with?
Yes, and I understand what a pain that is. You spend all your time updating calendars and availability. You can use calendar synchronization and email autoresponders to reduce the level of effort to practically zero. With Homes and Rooms, for example, you no longer need to do any of that logging in. You can manage everything centrally from your Homes and Rooms account. Our calendar synchronization can automatically update all your listing site calendars at once. And if you wish, our email autoresponder can automatically send accurate and full quotes to all your guest inquiries from all your listing sites instantly and in real time. If you want, you can be completely hands-off and let our service automatically do all the work for you that you would otherwise have to do manually yourself.
Thanks, Albert. And we had a question, I'm just looking through. Yeah, we had a question here from Christoph, and he asked, it seems with all these listing sites and management companies and services, each of them kind of want to take a percentage of my reservation income. Is there a way I can avoid this?
Well, you can avoid the management fees by self-managing your property, which is what we help you do easily. But if you do use listing sites as a marketing channel, which you'll still want to do, at least initially, you will not avoid all the fees and commissions, but you can avoid a lot of them. If you use any book it now type feature on a listing site, you've lost control of your ability to have any say in the reservation process, so you're going to be stuck with a listing site fee, as the listing site is now in control of your property and may even withhold your guest payments until arrival or departure. Your best arrangement with a listing site is to have a standard subscription account, and when the guest makes an inquiry, direct them via a link in your email, which is hopefully auto-responded to them, directly to your personal property website, where they can then communicate and pay online directly to you via a service such as Homes and Rooms. This arrangement will mitigate the majority of the often excessive listing site fees and commissions.
Thanks, Albert. I think we've probably got time for perhaps three more questions. Just looking down the list, thank you for the questions that you've sent in, but I'm going to read out one from Sandra. And Sandra's asked, I pay £600 sterling for a home away subscription and pay for a number of other listing sites too. How do I know which ones are worth it?
Well, first you would want to ask yourself, am I making more than £600 a year directly from guests that contacted me based on my home away listing? And of course, ask yourself the same question for the other listing sites based on whatever amount they're charging you. You might then ask yourself, how do I know that? The easiest way is with a marketing report that has automatically compiled the data for you, such as how many bookings you've received from each listing site or any other marketing channel you may use, and how much revenue you've made from that listing site or marketing channel. Armed with that information, you can then decide if you are wisely spending your advertising budget with a particular listing site. Homes and Rooms, of course, provides an entire suite of owner reports to help you make these kinds of business decisions.
Thank you, Albert. Peter's actually just typed a question in whilst he was answering Christoph's question, Albert, but I think it's probably worth asking this question now. How can I manage my own bookings on sites that do have Book It Now buttons?
Well, that is a very good question, and one that we do get a lot, as some listing sites are really pushing owners to use this model, which of course gives the listing site more management control over your property, your guest, and your money, as they ensure all the communication and revenue from the booking stay with them, the listing site. We still support you to manage a Book It Now reservation. You will still receive notification that a booking has been made, and that reservation is still updated in your Homes and Rooms calendar with all the details available, where it can still be centrally managed along with your other inquiries and reservations. We provide a button on the reservation which will take you directly to the reservation on the listing site, where you can accept or decline, if possible, the reservation. We make it as easy as possible for you, given the limitations the listing sites impose on you with the Book It Now functionality.
Thanks, Albert, and I hope, Peter, that's answered your questions, and we've certainly seen a lot more sites adopt the Book It Now buttons. So we've just got one question left, really. I think it's all we've got time for, and this is from Brady, and Brady's asked, I noticed you provide a free website with the Homes and Rooms service, but I already have a website. Not sure I need another one. Why would I use yours? Can I use your booking form on my website?
Well, first of all, we want to save you money and ensure that your guests have the best experience and book your property over any other. This is part of our challenge to lift your revenues by 33%. We know that on average, owners pay a few hundred per year for someone else to maintain and host each property website. You don't need to pay this if you're self-managing your property with a website that is offered with a service such as Homes and Rooms. As to the second part of your question, yes, you can use our booking form on your own website, and we have multiple other plugins you can add as well, such as your rates table, availability checker, calendar, guest reviews, and a map of your property's location. All the plugins can be customized by you to fit the theme of your website. But let me tell you what is special about the websites we provide. They are free to own with a Homes and Rooms subscription. You have no more to pay for changes, hosting costs, etc. Our customizable website templates are modern, professionally designed, and look great on any PC or mobile device. Irrespective of whether you use your existing website or your Homes and Rooms website, you're able to take online payments. And we also give you a guest portal for each property, which allows your guests to log in and review their reservation, make online payments, update details, and they can contact you too. No technical understanding is required to instantly create a really great website, and you can simply enter all of the property information yourself right onto the property website.
Thank you, Albert and Brady. I hope that answers your question. Well, that concludes really all the questions we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this webinar, and I hope you will join us for many more to come. And we look forward to welcoming you soon to our growing community of independent vacation rental owners. So thank you very much from Homes and Rooms. Goodbye.